Oh, I'm back again, and I must get this PW done. I must get this PW80 done. I've got myself a bit of a snack, a bit of macaroni cheese. Gonna gobble that down, and then I'm gonna get on and try and get this PW done, because it's been here for, I don't know, weeks, probably months now, and I haven't been able to have much time to spend on it. I've got a lot more things to be doing now. I've finally got myself another set of these. I had a couple of sets of them. I kept them all in the same place, and I went and lost them all because they're all in the same place. But now I've got another set, so I'll be able to spin the engine over with a drill, hopefully, and not have to keep kicking it, and we'll hopefully better get it running. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, what's he back from? Well, none of you probably wouldn't have noticed, because I still had videos going live, but I went to Devon, of all places to go, for a week, and had a bit of a trouble there on the way there. The old trusty Discovery decided it didn't like its turbo anymore, and that blew up. So I'm going to have probably a few videos of that coming up, where I'm going to have to strip it all down, find out what the trouble was. I know there's a crack in the turbo already, I know that. I've had a look while I was waiting, or when I eventually got recovered, because what happened was all the oil went everywhere, completely run out of oil pretty much, and it was spraying everywhere. So from somewhere it was spraying everywhere under the bonnet, and it was going underneath the car, and it was all up the back window, it was everywhere, and I couldn't work out where it was coming from. At first I thought it was coming from the air filter, but it turns out that it wasn't. So when I eventually got it home, I determined it weren't able to be driven. Got it home, and the turbo was making a horrible noise after I got recovered home, so I had a quick look at that, and there's a big crack in the side of the turbo in the cartridge, where the splines or turbine, whatever you would like to call it, where that is, there's a great big crack. So all the oil was coming out of there. So it's going to need a new turbo. So I'm going to need that. I know I've got a crack in the manifold anyway, and I need new studs. So really it gives me a reason to repair those studs anyway. I've got one more screw there. So yeah, that's going to have to be something else. Plenty of videos coming up on that, I would have thought. They come in handy, them impact drivers. They do come in handy if you've got something that you can grip it onto. They do come in handy. Rather than stripping the old head of a screw out, you can use the old impact driver and do it like that. Here we go. Oh. There's not a lot of compression on this engine, is there? Even though we've got a new piston in it, there's not a lot of compression on it at all. Anyway, let's go and see if we can find the old drill and spin it over. Right, let's spin it over and see if we can get it to fire. Turn the petrol on. Don't know, I'm not convinced that it will do. What's happened here then? I don't really like that very much, did it? Let's open up the choke. Let's go and get a bit of the old carb spray and give it a bit of a fire. Alright, I can't get it to fire at all now. It used to fire, but then got bored of firing up, so I'm not sure whether it's a bit flooded now, maybe. All that brake cleaner that went in it. Well, there weren't a lot that was coming out of that. Let's see if we've got spark. You You should be able to see that. I wonder. Yeah, you should be able to. The drill was probably in the way, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's move you in a bit. Focus. There we go. We've got ourselves a nice, lovely blue spark. So we should be all good to go there. So why it's not firing is anyone's guess. It fired before. The only thing, well, the timing hasn't been adjusted. Like, having said that, in my opinion, there's not a lot of compression there at all. But it's the same amount as what there was with the old piston, the new piston and the old piston. And I didn't film it on camera or nothing, but I tested it. I took the new piston back out again and put the old piston back in, and I still couldn't get it to fire. Now we've got a bit of fuel in there. Even if we spray a bit of that in there while we got it going. Right, going back into here again now to see, because it used to run until I took the carb off and cleaned the reeds out. After I cleaned the reeds out, it didn't run. It wouldn't run after that. So there's obviously something happened in there that's causing this to happen. I'm going to have to go back and retrace my steps and find out exactly what it is that I've messed up. I've obviously not put something back. It'd be funny if I put the reeds in the wrong way or something stupid like that, wouldn't it? I think I would have done, but you never know these days what you do. So I've been having a look on the old creators forum again, and I still can't believe a lot of the people around. They're very, very crazy old people, I tell you that now. Always panicking about a lot of stuff they shouldn't really be panicking about. I mean, a lot of stuff there's no need to panic about in the slightest, but a lot of people do. I think a lot of people are general panickers, but I don't know, it's a bit of a funny old place to be panicking around, if you ask me. So I've got to take off this plastic up here, I think, if I remember correctly, to get, I've got to take the, well, I might have to take that off. I might not have to take that off actually. Just better get the tank off without having to. He gave me a new coil as well actually. I need to, did I put that on? I can't remember if I put a new coil on. There's also bits coming for the for that KX80, that 1988 KX80. There's a few bits coming for that I've been informed of. So there will be some definite footage, definite videos coming up of that in the near future. Hopefully next week. Well, by the time you see this video, it'll be this week, I would have thought. It could be next week. Could be any time. I come back to a few letters to tell me that the Royal Mail had tried to deliver a few parcels, but didn't have any success. So I've had to go and retrieve them at some point. Well, what we've got here then, that's all intact, that's all intact. We've got a wire there that's off, but I don't think that was it connected to anything. I think I've managed to do it! Oh, hold on a minute. All I've got to do is use this funny one, and I can get to them all. I don't remember using a ratchet before last time. I must have done. I see the old online capture's been going up wheeling his little moped up and down his little road there. Hold on, online capture. I've only got two entries for that competition. I don't know, man. I'm still gonna do the competition. I was only doing that competition, giving away that little socket set. It was kind of like a test. It was a test to see how many people actually how much he would enter the competition. That's what it was. And I've only got 2 entries, so there's only going to be 2 people that could win it so far. There's a month left until, because I think if I remember correctly, I said the deadline date was on the 1st of November, if I remember correctly, and it's the 30th of September today, so it's around about a month, and then we'll be away and we'll know whether we're going to have any more entries or whether it's just going to be those 2. Online capture and the watcher have entered so far. But you've got to be aware, if you send me anything to the PO box, it takes approximately 2 weeks to get through because it is a PO box. And it has to go through all the PO box system and stuff first. So. Right. Here we go. Well, that all looks alright in there. There's not a lot that can really go wrong in there unless it don't seal. Let's have a look at these reeds. No, I can't put the reeds in the wrong way. I don't think they can only go in one way. There's fuel in there. Everything's hunky-dory in there. There's compression in there as well. That gasket's stuck on there, so I'm not going to bother taking that off because it's just stuck on there. To take that off would be stupid thing to do. So I've put sealer around the reeds and that gasket that come off. I've cleaned all the surfaces. It's all clean. It's all got sealer on it. Plenty of sealer on it. Stick that back on. Does seem like there's too much of a gap there to me, but the gaskets are the gaskets. It's the ones that were on it when it ran. It's the ones that came on it, and they're back on in the right order. So I've got nothing to worry about there. So all I can assume is, I don't know what I can assume really. And I know there will be some people that say, well, you put the piston in ran the wrong way. Well, no, I haven't, because it ran perfectly fine with the new piston in it. Well, it didn't run perfectly fine, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be taking it apart, but it ran. It ran a lot better than it did before, but it was just when I decided to take the reeds apart to make sure the reeds were intact, because I couldn't quite get it to run just right, could I, if you lot remember. I know it's been a long time, it's been a few months since the last video trying to get this to go, but I couldn't quite get it to run just right. Adjusting the air and the fuel mixture weren't helping, So I decided to check the reeds to make sure the reeds were okay, make sure one wasn't split, because I know I had a KX250, a 1990 KX250, and I could never get it to run properly. It would run, but it wouldn't run very well. It was pretty bad, and it turns out that one of the reeds had broken off and decided to go through the engine, and because a part of it had broken off, it was causing it not to run very well. So that's why I thought I'd check to make sure these reeds are okay, because it might have been the same problem again. But they are. They're perfectly good. Nothing wrong with them. They're strong. They've still got plenty of spring. It doesn't appear to be anything wrong with them. So no reason to suspect those now. They've been sealed up. The only thing is, well, no, it's not. There's compression, so. Make sure these are nice and tight. I think it would run even if this was loose. It would run, but it just wouldn't run perfect. But I can't get it to run at all now. So. There's not even a cough or a splutter, is there? There's nothing. Before it would cough and it would splutter and it would run and it would smoke a lot and everything would happen and all that rubbish. But now, I can't even seem to get that. Hopefully by putting all this back, we'll unlock that again and we'll get it to at least cough and splutter a little bit. It would help if I put the choke round the right way, I suppose. There we go. Right. So if we put that through that little nut up. So now, with any luck, if we spray a bit of this spray down here, we should get a bit of fire, I hope. It went. I think it went to go. In. Right, bit of spray. Oh, he goes, he goes. It does go then. So we know it's gonna go now. It's not very well at all. Not very well at all for some reason. I've got the choke on. Let it warm up a little bit. fastest run yet, but it won't run without the choke. Still don't like it without the choke still. Fastest run yet though. You can't get it to run without the choke. As soon as you turn that choke off, it just wants to go. But that's the longest and the best it's ever run, ever since I've had it. So I need to play around with them. I need to play around with them. Let's see if it will fire up again. Got to have the choke on, obviously. See, it won't fire up without a bit of help. I don't know why it won't fire up without a bit of help. Shouldn't need any help to get going. It should just be able to go. Well, at least we got it going. Right, so we got it going. I've got it running a lot better than what it did. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this carb apart and I'm going to get well, I might not get a new jet. I might just take it apart and have a look to see what's inside there, because it might be blocked. It only wants to run on the choke, which indicates that there's not enough fuel getting in, and the reason it won't start without any help, spraying a bit of the old stuff in there, so it kind of indicates it needs a little bit of, you know, it might be a little bit of lack of fuel going in there, because obviously when you turn the choke on, it cuts the air, which will make the fuel that is going in there a bit more balanced. And even by adjusting the mixture screws and the, you know, all the screws you've got here, it doesn't seem to do anything. So I'll take that apart and have a look to see what's inside. Might be a bit of dirt that I missed the first time.